wallets. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use here the site gmgn.ai, which you can see here at the top. Very simple. From here on, what we want to do is we're going to go on the tab trending, because we want to look into the projects that are trending right now. What we can see here is on the left side, we see all the tokens. So we see the name and the logo. Right next to it, we see the age of the token, which will be also very interesting. Because when we're looking for tokens and for insiders, we want to look for tokens that are right now active and fresh. So what I'm doing here personally, I'm looking for projects between 1 to up to maximum 30 days. Everything further up is way too long, and we have more whales, more people that are long-term holders, but not quick insider traders. So that we can filter also here. Then the next tab which we see is the liquidity and the market cap. So the higher the liquidity and the market cap, the more money is inflowing into this project, which will be also very interesting in the next step. The next step here is we see the holder amount, meaning how many holders does this project have? Right next to it, we see the 24-hour transactions, meaning that how many transactions is happening in this project, and we can also filter through those. And everything else then on the right side, I would say the most interesting will be then here, where we see the 1 hour percentage and then also the degen audit. On the degen audit, we see right away, is there any red flag? Is there, for example, a holder or the developer with top 10 holders holding more than 42%, as we can see here now, which is not really the best. And we can also see right away if there is no mint, if there is a blacklist, if there is burnt liquidity, and we see how many insiders are there. So what we do here is, if there is a burnt liquidity, this is also very interesting for us, because this means it's a serious project. And what we do now is when we want to look into those projects, I'll also share one more time the screen, and I'll tell you exactly what we do. What we do here is we are filtering through the liquidity. So I just click here on liquidity, and I see from the most liquidity to the least. And what we do now is we then scroll down and look for a project which is also not that old. Like, for example, here, you can see 10 days. So 10 days is a fresh project, but it has a high liquidity. So what we can do now is we can click on the project and we can look deeper into it. Let's see. For the first day, we can now then see, okay, the price structure is typical for a meme coin. And that's also a great potential, because we see at the beginning only a few people entering, and then we can see a price explosion 5, 10, 50, 100x. So that's good potential. What we want to do now is find out as many insider wallets that enter this low. How do we do that? We go here to the bottom where we see all the buys, all the sells of the project. And we click here on the traders tab. When we click on the traders tab, we see all the traders. On the left side, we see the wallets of them. We see then the Solana balance, which is very interesting because we will also take a look at it, because this tells us how much Solana they have. Meaning the more Solana they already have also on this on their wallet, the more they will continue to trade. Because if someone already withdrawn everything from the wallet because they changed the wallet, this wallet won't be active anymore. Then we see also how much they bought for and how much they sold for. And on the right side, the P&L, how much profits they made. Mostly those wallets are also those traders filtered by the P&L, meaning the more profits they made, starting from the top to the bottom. So what we're doing now is we look into those traders and we're looking for people that's entering with not much, but exiting with a lot. What I'm looking for personally is always people from 5x to 10x to even more from their bought capital. So we are not really looking, for example, for someone that here enters with 580,000, exits with 1.1 million. Because this is just a big trader, a big investor that made 2x, but this is not really interesting for us. We are looking more for people like, for example, here, that entering with 23,000 and exiting with 504,000. Because this is a 25x, you could tell from now. So this is now interesting. And if it's interesting, we also check the Solana balance, which is 912, meaning this guy still has Solana on his wallet and probably will be still trading other tokens as well. So what can we do now? We just click on his wallet, where we see copy success, and we can then paste it here on top. So we go here, we paste it inside, and we can click on it. What happens then is we see all the data of this wallet itself. We see the last 7 days. How profitable was it? 95%. This guy made over 1 million in US dollar. His win rate is 54%, which is okay. I say everything above 50% is worth to look into it. I always then go deeper into research. And I see the total P&L is also very good. This is positive, 2.3 million in profits. And we see also the distribution, which is balanced, I would say. It's not the best, but it's worth to look deeper into it. We see 5 trades, over 500%, 3 trades between 2 and 500, 10 trades between 0 and 200. And we see 9 trades between 0 and -50, and 8 trades with over -50 loss. So what we can do now, and which is very, very important, is to look how active is that trader. How do we do that? We see here at the age section. On the right side, we can see when was this guy's last trade. And I can now just analyze how good is his performance the last trades. So we can also see, because we don't want a trader that traded 30 days ago or like 3 months ago, because this wouldn't be accurate to right now. I want, in best case, someone that is trading right now and is doing a good performance right now. And this guy doesn't look too bad. So to give you more explanation, what we can see here below is on the left side, you can see the type, meaning the sells and the buys, which is also then seen in the color on the total US dollar, here in green and here in red. Meaning when he buys for 448 and he sells for 135. Meaning here in this trade, for example, made a loss. We can here, for example, also check he bought Sunrio, token Sunrio, for $826. We can see, we can check the age, which is 3 hours ago. And then he sold it for 1,456 and for 988. Meaning he made a good profit of around 3x. We can also always click on the token and we can see when did he buy and when did he sell. And we can also see here the summary of buying for $800 and then selling for 1,400 and then selling for 988. You can also see the total profit, meaning he bought for $800 and he sold for 1,757, meaning in this trade he made 212%. This is good. What we can also check is then just looking deeper and clicking on each of those tokens, looking how good his profit is. In same example here, you can see he bought and he sold and he made 99% with this trade. Also not looking bad. You can see here, he bought and he sold. And look on it, there's a quick buy and sell. Same scenario we can see here below, and we can track each of these wallets. And when we're looking also for like those insiders, as we have been now at the peanut, for example, we can see, for example, where has been bought and where has been sold. So also we can see here, this was a typical insider trade. How can we track that? Because we see the token, we can see here is his buy. This is the small b that you can see here. And we can then see the sells that he's been doing. So here, for example, he bought for 23K and you see the total profit of 485,000. What we can see here also is we can go completely down below. We can see here he bought 2 positions right here for a few thousand, and then he was selling those positions. So great trade from here, from this side. And we can now also look deeper into it. Okay, we look if was this only a one lucky trade or was there more trades that he was performing really, really good? That's how we then gonna track. And if we say, okay, this guy has multiple good wallets, we then just copy his wallet and put him on our list. Same scenario, for example, if we now go back to Peanut and we track for other wallets. So what we do, we're looking for example, here, wallets